Hey everybody, this video is the one I've been wanting to make for about a week or so, um, because I got new evidence or new information about trials. So I want to make one video about everything I know in one place. Okay, so there's some interesting possible news on the Alex Murdaugh case. And for anybody who doesn't know, Alex Murdaugh was alleged and convicted of unaliving his wife, and you know, and then there was other elements to it, but then there was a strange element that almost never happens. So Becky Hill was the former clerk of court in South Carolina, in the court where he was having the trial, and there was a allegation of witness tampering with her. And if you look back at the trial or you look at certain pieces of it, when she was testifying on the stand, Becky Hill, the judge was not believing anything she said. And then subsequently, he gets convicted, right? And then there's talk about what I just said, the witness thing. And so everyone speculates about, I wonder if anything's going to happen to her. Okay, within a couple of weeks of that, she makes this whole statement in front of the courthouse how she's going to retire and spend more time with her grandchildren and just spend more time on different things, and how she's so happy she's been there, but it's time for a change. And then what was really interesting and ironic was the somebody higher than her said that it had nothing to do about the allegations. It had nothing to do with that. And I'm like, yeah, right. Because I watched the video, I looked at her body language, I heard the words she used and the way she said everything, and I was like, I don't believe you. Okay, so cut to within the last 2 weeks, she was arrested for perjury, but she was let out on bail, like $30,000 bail. And so I guess we're still waiting on the next court for her. But here's what's interesting about Alex Murdaugh and the tie between the two. Okay, so the speculation is, does her verdict for her, is it going to affect his case? And that's where I don't know. I would say no. I well, okay. My initial reaction, without really thinking about it, is no, because it's two separate things. But if she did witness tampering, then maybe yes. It all depends. Because, see, she's charged with perjury on the stand. And perjury, in legal terminology, means lying on the stand. And obviously, that's a big no no, and no one should do it. Okay? So that I'm not really sure what's going to be the outcome for him. I just can't wait to see what happens with her. Like, are they going to charge her with it? Is she going to be found guilty? What's going to happen? Like, what's going to be the outcome? Because right now, she's not in jail. She's out on bail, right? Okay. In other news, the Idaho 4 case is supposed to start in August of this year. So a couple months from now. I mean, if you count, we're May 28th now, okay? So August is about 2 months plus from now, which means that the jury should be selecting a jury before August, obviously. However, there's one little problem in that. He wants to exclude some evidence, the defendant in this case, and he might get his way, which means there might be a continuance, which I've talked about before. Continuance means a later court date because they have to stop, look at whatever, or consider whatever they're going to consider, and then make a decision and go from there. So this trial might end up starting late, or who knows. We've already had a change of venue. There's already been so many concessions in this case, and the case hasn't even started yet. So it's going to be interesting. I think I talked about this before, so I don't mean to talk about it again, but just for clarity, I've seen a lot of evidence against him, a lot, okay? And I've seen nothing that disputes the alleged crimes. So I'm just putting it out there. I mean, everyone's supposed to have a fair and balanced trial. I know that. I'm just saying that from all the evidence I've seen so far, I don't see another accomplice. I don't see another person involved. So who knows? But I'll keep y'all up to date on it. It might end up being the next case I cover if it all goes to plan. Like if they do start in August, because I think the Karen Read case, the one I'm covering now, I think their case in chief for the Commonwealth is going to be done, if not tomorrow, in a couple days. And then it means defense is going to put on their case. So I'd say about, I don't know, a week, maybe 2. Well, it also depends on how many witnesses the defense plans on calling, which is always a toss-up. Because I happen to see a short list of possible witnesses for the defense side, but it was very short. So I don't put much stock in it because the list might grow from now. So, kind of guessing timelines of trials is totally guesswork and speculation. And I try not to do that when I'm doing these videos, just because I want to be completely fair to anybody. So, all right. Yeah, I think that covered. Oh, I forgot. There's one small thing. Okay, I did talk about this case before, but the case hasn't gone to trial yet. Another one I'm waiting on. Maddie Soto, or Madeline Soto. Okay, she's a 13-year-old girl who was allegedly unalived by her mother's boyfriend, right? And so he wants to exclude evidence in that trial. But I think he was denied last time I looked. And so I have no idea when that trial is going to start. All I know is that he made some phone calls, jail phone calls, and he doesn't sound like he's remorseful at all, in my opinion. So there's that. But as far as dates, I don't have any dates for that case at all. So I don't know. Usually I've learned that it takes 2 or 3 years from the incident to when the trial starts. Usually. Now it could go a little faster or slower depending on what we're talking about. But so I'm gonna keep my eye out for that too. So yeah. All right. Bye guys.